Hello, and welcome back to another Binding of Isaac episode. I am coming back with a vengeance. This is seconds after my travesty of gameplay. So literally nothing has changed, other than a sip of whiskey. There it was. No, I'm not drunk or anything like that. I'm just, apparently, well, you play the game once a week for like 2 hours, and I'm done making excuses for myself. I'm an Isaac legend, 0 death. I did have like a 15 win streak. Not that I could go to the Lamb or Blue Baby, but I did have like a 15 win streak before all of a sudden apparently I just suck. So I'm taking a step back. We're going easy street. Nice little... Oh, sorry. Sucking back some air. Nice little greed mode run, because these gotta get done at some point. So what the heck is going on with greed mode here? Well, we are going to do our damnedest to save up as much money as possible and give it to the donation machine at the end of the run. Is there like any reason? It is a 3-cent. Actually, this is a great bomb. Fantastic value. 1 cent and a key. Allows us to go to the item room. Might make us much more successful. 5 bombs is huge. Huge in this mode. Absolutely massive. So, unfortunately, we did not receive a damage up. I mean, technically we did. We got a tier 8 multiplier, which is damage in the sense, or it's DPS. It's not damage. It's not the damage stat, but it is, like, DPS. So that's cool. We're going to be just fine here. On greed mode, not even greedier mode. I haven't unlocked greedier mode yet. That's next on the agenda to unlock. And then, of course, getting a Dead God file. Yep, that's how it works. You play a couple rounds of greed mode, and then you... Sorry, I got a little intense there. You play a couple rounds of greed mode, you unlock greedier mode, and then you get Dead God. That's how it works. Yep. I mean, technically, that's not incorrect. It's just, you know, I'm leaving out some details. Oh, man. Man, oh, man. So yeah, what was I talking about in the last episode? I was talking a lot about like music and musical instruments and stuff, but I'm not gonna berate everybody with that because that's not everybody's cup of tea. I know I really wasn't into, wow, I aimed for that with all of my heart. What is going on? This wave. It's the last one, so that's cool. But yeah, music isn't everybody's cup of tea, you know? Sometimes when people start talking about music, and for me it's music theory. Music theory is I would be more likely to talk to somebody who speaks a literal foreign language, you know, a language other than English, and understand them better than if somebody was like speaking music theory at me, you know? Music theory is so just stupid. Like, oh man, to me it's just freaking ridiculous. I want speed here, and I would love to apparently reroll that. Ooh, but I got a lot out of that. Look at that, BFF. Love BFF. I hope you can't see that. Is there a cent right back there? Cool. We'll be able to buy something else on this floor. Look at that. That's pretty cool. Is there 2 of you? No, just the one. Yeah, music theory. Like, crazy. Can't even, like, playing the instrument is hard enough, and then there's music theory. It just makes there's so much, you know? Of course, if you dedicate your life to it and study it, sure, you know, it would start to make, you know, I don't even know if I dedicated my life to it, if it would start to make sense. You know, like, many famous musicians don't understand music theory in the slightest. Just, like, not at all. They're like, oh yeah, it just sounds good, right? They're not trying to play all this mathematically correct stuff. They just know it by ear, which is really cool that people are able to do that. You know, it's kind of like how you could throw a football and your brain makes all those calculations instantaneously. That's crazy. I was hoping that would happen. Little Horn bombed. What? Ragman. That's his name. Yeah, like I can look at, you know, the wide receiver, and I know with a certain level of, actually an insane level of precision, given that your brain is doing the calculation in a fraction of a second, exactly how hard and at what angle and where, and then like how to like move my arm. Oh my gosh, so crazy, so crazy. I'm not going to do anything. I kind of want to play you. 3, 4. Well, I tried. So yeah, I don't know, man. The human body is just wild to me. It's the things that we are able to do as humans, and it's really interesting too. I was listening to Neil deGrasse Tyson was talking about kind of why we are who we are as like a species, you know, and he was saying some real interesting stuff. I don't know how everybody sleeps. I sleep in almost every position except for flat on my face, because I just don't find that very comfortable. And ooh, should I go angels? Nah, devils. Look at that. That's a pretty good devil deal. I'm gonna take it. And he was saying that we sleep on our backs, right? Not like the craziest thing you've ever heard, but think about it. Most other animals sleep not on their backs. They sleep standing up, or they like lay down. You know, think about how a dog or a cat lays down. You know, it just kind of like curls itself up. But humans sleep on their backs, and then when we're sleeping, we're looking up. Whoa, that's crazy. Well, what's so nuts about looking up? Well, prehistoric humans, right, got all of the sky and space without, just give me keys, +2 keys. That's like super worth it. They got all of that without light pollution. So if you've ever been anywhere that has no light pollution, it's crazy how beautiful the sky is. I fully understand why people were so religious back in the day. Not only because it was one of the only things to do, and also they would like kill you if you weren't, but also the fact that you look up in the sky and there's just like the Milky Way galaxy is literally painted across the sky, and it's so beautiful, and things are moving around and, you know, glowing like the northern lights. Oh my gosh. I did notice, I was watching back a couple of my videos, I say insane a lot. That's a phase, it'll come and go. But the northern lights are insane. I don't know if you've ever had the opportunity to see them. Not a lot of people have, because you got to be pretty north and also in a level of low light pollution. You'll be damned if you ever find the northern lights in any type of city, because that's just not, there's too much light pollution, you know, and also you're probably too south. But the northern lights are incredible, like unimaginably beautiful. The fact that just like happens in the sky. I was on the first time that I saw the northern lights, because where I went to school was very north and very remote, so there was the perfect conditions for seeing the northern lights often. The first time I saw them, I was on a walk, right, just like an evening walk, you know, and I kind of looked up, and you would see them every once in a while, but they weren't like great. You would kind of just see like these white streaks in the sky, and you would be like, oh, look at that, that's the northern lights for sure. But they're not really that good, because there's like the UV index and everything, and that explains how good they're going to be and whatnot, depending on the physics that work around, you know, how good the northern lights are going to be. Whatever, you know, all that is whatever. I don't really understand it at all. I just know that the lights are pretty, and it's because of the sun and physics. And so I'm looking at these white streaks, and in a matter of minutes, the entire sky just explodes into green. These green rays that are just coming down, and they're moving, and they're like flowing across the sky. It was just so magical. I stood there in the cold, because, you know, it was the winter. They also happen a lot during the winter for us. I just stood there in the cold and watched. I just looked up, you know, and watched. It was for like 30 minutes. Then they were gone. Just like that, they were gone. 30 minutes later. Boom. Wow. Look at that. I'm gonna have a heyday with this Lil Brim. Lil Brim, amazing pickup for the long room as well. It's giving me some range so that I can hit stuff that I can't even see. So yeah, dude, like prehistoric humans laying on their backs, looking up and wondering. Curiosity. They're being curious. Like, whoa, what is all that? I'm gonna do this, and then I'm gonna do this to activate Dark Prince's Crown. Wow, look at that. My tears, and it's a tears and a range. I thought it was damage, but I'm never taking this freaking item again. Not that I'm going to pass up the +2 tiers. Okay. +2 tiers is crazy. Does it break the tiers cap, or I have eye drops, which breaks the tier caps? I can't. Ooh, I'm not touching that. I'm not touching that. There's probably another one. Yeah, the human ability to wonder is wonderful. I gave a little nod to the camera there for that pun. That's what a pun is, right? I'm not very smart. I don't know. I'm intelligent. I was talking about math at work, and one of my coworkers was like, wow, I'm realizing how much smarter you are than I am. And then I'm listening to her do all this business stuff, because she's one of our... she works a lot with like our sales and making sure that everything is okay. I'm like, I'm not smarter than you at all. Just because I can talk about math doesn't make me smart. People think that math is smart. I think people that understand music theory are way smarter than I am, even though I can do like calculus. You know, it's just like what comes easy to you. You know, calculus just works with my brain. I can just do calculus, right? Other people can't do calculus, and so I talk about calculus in front of them like it's nothing, and they're like, oh, this person is so much smarter than I am. Nah, no, that's not how it works. I'm not so much smarter than you. I'm just better at calculus than you. Doesn't make me smarter. It makes me better at calculus. And that's that. This guy is a son of a bitch. This guy is an absolute SOB. Whatever. I'm actually probably going to kill this guy in the allotted time. Wow, I thought he was going to be a huge pain in the keister. I just got to watch out for these guys. Yep, they're going to be doing all that. I don't have like a lot of HP. Maybe I should kind of take care of these guys. There we go. Immediately, he just spawns more. Of course. Why wouldn't he? Thank you for not killing me. Okay. Let's go get more damage. And then depending on what spawns, I'll sacrifice 1 reroll's worth of stuff. I could get more speed. I just don't really think it's necessary. Actually, I'm gonna try and get some HP. I'll just take lump of coal. Lump of coal is cool. I'll just take toothpicks. Toothpicks is cool. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So I don't know if I will be taking... Oh, I thought I had a little brim shot. Oh my gosh. I don't know if I'll be taking a devil deal with my current HP allotment. I can just buy... I'll take the damage. I can just buy another HP later. Still not going to take marked. Not worth it. Item is garbage. Hate it. Moving on. So how are you today? Hope you're doing well. Hope things have been going well. I was kind of talking about one of the first episodes, head held high. Might have been a Minecraft. I don't know. Can't remember. Point being, hold your head high. You know, keep it up there. It'll be aight. I haven't complained about my internet yet. Might as well do that now. I still don't have internet. So I go through the process of receiving internet from an internet provider. And this apartment it's cool, it's nice. And I actually really like it. I'm on the 3rd floor. Kind of talked about being in like a castle. I lived in the basement before, and it was just so dingy. It's crazy how dingy a basement apartment is, even if the apartment is nice. Just the fact that it's a little bit underground, because mine was like, it was like a half basement type of deal. I need you to go. It was like a half basement type of deal, so not, I wasn't like underground, but I was in the hole. And yeah, it's just crazy how dingy those apartments get. So this apartment, I do like it, and it's starting to come together. But when I moved in, whoa, it was mad gross. So I had to clean it, and then I try and get this internet, and the freaking port on the wall is broken. I'm going through Xfinity and I'm getting this internet, right? What? Steam sale. The box is cool. It's gonna give me a bunch of stuff, including one of them pieces. Oh crap. Oh, even more? Yup, that's what I am talking about. Nose Goblin is cool. I will get back. Internet. That's what I'm talking about. And HP is cool. I want that. Okay. Yeah, just like they talk to me like I'm 5, and I understand why they do it this way, because I'm sure they deal with a lot of incompetent people, but I am competent when it comes to technology. I'm not a networking engineer, but I do understand networking on a basic level, and plugging a modem into the wall is, you don't even need to understand how like an IP address works even to plug a modem into the wall. Completely unnecessary information. And they treat you like you're 5, and they say, do you want to add this service charge for them to come and professionally install your modem, right? Literally plug it into the wall, plug the coax cable into the wall. I'm doing hand gestures, you can't see them. I'm real passionate about this. And then plug it into power, and it should just work, right? Assuming things aren't broken. And so I spend so much time on support with these people, because guess what? Didn't work when I plugged it in. And so I have to call support to get a tech out here to figure it out. And so, they're like, oh, why didn't you do the professional install? And I was like, I didn't need to spend $100 freaking to have some person come and plug in my modem and router. I didn't want them in my apartment. That's not how this is gonna work. Are you kidding me? And so I'm just not gonna do this, I don't think. I mean, that might be cool. Plus 0.84 tiers. What is my tier cap broken to? Oh, that plus 2 tiers is totally just on top of whatever you already got. That's pretty cool. I'll use a bomb here to get... Are you kidding me? That didn't blow up the machine? What? So they're like, why didn't you get the tech out? And I don't need the freaking tech. I know how to plug a router into the wall. It's not working. Okay, unplug. Also, tech support doesn't have, they don't have a phone line anymore. You got to text them, right? And so that just adds, 2 to 3 minutes between each text, right? For them to, read it and reply to you with what they need you to do. And so they're telling me, okay, well, we need you to go through the troubleshooting steps of unplugging it from power so that it turns off, leaving it unplugged for I don't know, 15 seconds and then plugging it back in. And I'm telling them, like, it's just, you know, it's not working. You know, I'll turn it off and turn it back on again, but that's not going to fix the issue. Because guess what I did before I called tech support? I turned the freaking thing off and on again. Didn't work. So anyways, it gets to the point where they finally, you know, send me a tech. And then the tech comes out and they plug their little gizmo into the wall. And they say, yep, the port's not working. You're going to have to contact your landlord. So I'm going to have somebody come in here, open the wall, and run a new cable so that I can get internet in here at no cost of my own. But I'm starting to debate if it's even worth, like, getting internet, you know? Is that crazy? Of course I need to upload these somehow, but I feel like I can just bring them to work, you know? And upload them at work. It's like, do I need to be paying $40 a month and have a contractor come in and do all that? I don't know. Because really, other than, like, uploading and, like, I guess updating my video games and downloading new video games and stuff, I don't really use the internet here. That, you know, not on my phone. I use the internet every day, all the time. But I do, like, most everything on my phone. Texting, checking email, watching YouTube. Do it on my phone, right? Like, I think a lot of people do. Look at that. I'm going to do this because it's going to give me HP back. Yeah, there we go. What are you? Highlights. Just gonna do this. Oh, so yeah, I don't know. I'm working on trying to get some internet, but it is not working with me. Is what it's not doing. Yeah, not paying that guy out. Okay, moving on. I'm gonna start saving up money at this point so that I can dude, I have 8 tier 8. That's crazy. Yeah, there's nothing crazy here. I'm just gonna do the thing. So yeah, I don't know. These will get uploaded at some point, but it's probably gonna be a while unless I take them to work, which I might just do. Maybe, I don't know. There's a coffee shop, like, you know, on the same block that I live on. I could just go to the coffee shop and use their free Wi-Fi to upload these videos. I don't know how fast it'll be. I don't know how long it takes to upload a YouTube video, you know. I'm keeping them under an hour. The first one was the longest one at like 50-ish minutes, which was surprising. I thought the Minecraft videos were going to end up being a little longer, but I think both of them were like 40-ish minutes. One of them might have been like 38, and the other one, I don't know. Check out the Minecraft videos. Those are fun. I'm going to do more of them tonight, most likely. Most likely. I just don't want to make it all Minecraft, so I want to get some Isaac. And also, I love playing Isaac. I gotta play Isaac, you know. Of course. Abso-freaking-toodly-woodly. I'm also thinking about playing FTL, Faster Than Light. That's a really fun one. The only problem with FTL, I didn't even see that guy. The only problem with FTL is how freaking long that game is. That would be like a 2-hour video at least. You know, if I was fresh up on the game, maybe it would be a little shorter, you know, but even when I'm ripping at that game, it still takes at least an hour and 45 minutes to finish a run. Wow, Backstabber is really good. I'm gonna nab ya. And then I'm just gonna die. I'll just take this and die to get my 2 tiers back. And then I guess I will do this and not miss that. Can I beat Guy in... Oh, I guess I'm gonna try. Look at this. Thank you. Hook down, tiers up. At the tier cap. Alright. Heart and a half. Got a lot going for me. Let's do this. If not, we have like 8 tries to do this, and it's only the first phase too. I don't even need this. I don't need any of your BS HP. I know my HP is Garbo. I'll do that. That's a high value bomb. Alright, dude, be nice to me. I do have a lot of damage, a lot of tears, and a bunch of lives. And a whole bunch of money to donate as well. Good lord, those coins are... I thought I saw something like flying overhead. I do have Nose Goblin as well. Nose Goblin is ripping him apart. Look at that. Holy crap, I am doing damage to this guy. And not Eye of the Occult, is that what it's called? Ocular Rift? That's what it is. Ocular Rift is sucking up all of his projectiles. Oh yeah, this guy's screwed. Oh my god. Okay, I need to assume that I am at 1 HP. Nice. Okay, cool. He dead. I lived. I win. Little chest? No way. Ooh, yeah, don't hit the big chest. Let's get like all the... Oh, yeah, look at that. Money, 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 money. Wow. Coupon. Look at that. Cool. Alright, well. Hey, there you go. Greed mode just got harder. That's wonderful. Does that mean I can do greedier mode now? Took all my money. That's wonderful. 173. 800 and... Oh, it would be one less. What was it? 73. So it'd be 27. Makes 900. Whatever. You can't do quick math like that. Oh, man. Nope, no greedier mode. Greed just got harder. Alright, well, thank you very much for watching. A little bit of a shorter one, but at least I redeemed myself a little bit with a good greed fight there. We didn't perish this time. Have a good one. I'll see you next time. See ya.